Hey, so before I get into this, I just wanted to say that the reason I'm recording this video has nothing to do with me personally. I posted anything I ever said regarding that I had to turn the comments off of because his YouTube and his Discord were constantly brigading, telling me to kill myself. And I wasn't really gonna speak out about it because people like myself telling the victims to kill ourselves. I made a video asking people to stand up with victims on the victims and myself. At the time, he's trying to create a Voyboy versus Hashinshin drama. He did this July 22nd, 2020, after I posted my Staying with Victims video.
Okay, let's just be clear. Voyboy posted about me first. I posted about him in January when he was working with someone who was feeding him false allegations, which he ended up posting anyway. Now he posted about me again. Any attempts to foster a Hashinshin versus Voyboy drama have been entirely fostered by Voyboy. He is pushing this. He wants this attention, not me. Okay? I just want everyone to be clear on that. So as we start this video, I want to lay a groundwork. The most important thing here is what Voyboy hasn't told you. I've been investigated by the FBI. This isn't an opinion. This is beyond a fact at this point, okay? I recently came into two reasons to finally make a video directly attacking Voyboy for being a lying, manipulative bastard, which I will prove. One thing important, I want to start this video with the most important thing. When you go into Voyboy's video, I want you to use a clicker or something, and every time he says something without any facts, anytime he says something without backing it up, anytime he relies on saying the victims to back up his information, that's when you know he's lying. Okay? And that's 99.9% of the time, just to be clear. Now, let's talk about this FBI, because I need to get this out of the way real quick, okay? I know a lot of you have seen this, but let's just get over it. I have a contact card from an FBI agent. I have an FOI request. I have the FOI request response, which would give me the reason for the FOI request, which would be the investigation into me. I have paper mail from the FOI request. I have an email chain with an FBI agent. I have the Vault information where I put in my FOI request. And lastly, and this is one of the two reasons I have to make this video, I asked last week on their email center why I hadn't gotten it back. And they replied that because it was over 50 pages that it would take till April 2023 to properly redact it all. On one hand, on me, and this is so important, and I feel like this just keeps getting lost because so many of you feel like this kills the drama and that makes it not fun, but it does kill the drama. I have over 50 pages of FBI investigation on me. What do these other people have? Anonymous rumors? Come on, man. So I'm not going to just tell you guys what Voyboy did, but rather I'm going to show you. I think anyone who watches this, anyone who's going to get through this will be able to see my point. My accusation against Voyboy is he posted a fake accusation, defended the fake accusation, used a lot of clever tactics to make it appear as if it was real, while knowing the full time that it was fake. He had already told me that he believed me. He had no basis at all to believe it whatsoever. In fact, in his own words, he can describe what he thinks about it. And yet, when it came time to post it, he told nobody that it was fake. He told nobody that it was fake and defended it.
By the way, this is what happened with the alleged 15-year-old girl that messaged me asking for help that Hashinshin abused her.
He posted July 7th, no warning they were fake.
In 2020. I said alleged because I cannot confirm or deny that this was true.
Look how nonchalant he is about, oh yeah, I posted that, it was fake, my bad, haha.
I ended up thinking that she was acting very suspicious, trying to manipulate me to get back at him because he didn't pay her money. I think that's my end. At the end, that's kind of what I thought was the case.
These are all the tweets he had while totally telling everyone that it was fake, which he did not. Didn't tell anyone this was fake. Hashinshin made me suicidal. You can see people tweeting support. They thought it was real, because why wouldn't you? More tweets. This seems really, really direct, doesn't it? And more baseless accusations, more that there's no legal footing for what he just said. Wow. He wants me to lose my platform, but without my platform, he never would have admitted that this was a fake accusation. Let's be as blunt as possible. He fired this fake accusation against me, never clarified that it was fake, talked about it as if it was real, and only 4 days later did he admit he thought it was fake, but only in a video, and he still calls it alleged despite himself not believing in it. Yeah, there's no way you can read this and get the understanding that he thought it was fake. Now it gets even worse from here, if you can even believe that, okay? Instead of posting and clarifying to his own fans that it was fake, now this will come back up later, instead of posting to his own fans, telling his own fans, oh yeah, I might have just posted this, but this was actually fake. Instead of doing that, look at what he does do. He attacks my video where I called him out for this and tries to get it dislike bombed. He's never shown proof that I've ever done this, and yet here he is doing it. An interesting thing is that despite his far bigger platform, he couldn't get my video nearly the dislike ratio he claims I got his. Here's him harassing someone until they delete their Twitter account. Here's anyone at all who's calling this out is being called an enabler. Literally anyone. These are his fans, by the way. These are his fans.
Lies and delusions, attacking anyone that speaks up.
And he's treating them like this. Does this look like someone who thinks it's fake and is telling people it's fake? Because this really doesn't read like that. It really, really does not read like that. There's no possible way. As of July 9th, seeing everything you saw, can anyone reasonably tell me he intended to inform people that these were fake, and that he told anyone they were fake? Does anyone at this stage truly believe that without my video pushing him, he would have admitted? Do you believe he would have continued to let everyone believe they were real? This is extremely important. When coming forward with serious allegations, you need to be an unbiased source and you need to be credible. This is not unbiased, and this is not credible. You can see in the dates, July 7th, he posts them. July 8th, he mocks people for not believing them. July 9th, he mocks people for not believing them. Only after my video, July 11th, does he finally post that they're fake. And he does it in such a nonchalant way.
I ended up thinking that she was acting very suspicious, trying to manipulate me to get back at him because he didn't pay her money. I think that's my end. At the end, that's kind of what I thought was the case.
How does he brush this off so easily? He let everyone assume for 4 days that it was true, going so far as to openly attack anyone who looked at my video, trying to brigade my video to hide it. Anyone who questioned what was going on was an enemy of Voyboy. He had many, many, many chances to clarify, and even his own fans knew that something was wrong. He would never have corrected this had I not acted. At this stage, anyone that believes Voyboy is truly an unbiased source, just trying to do his best for the victims, needs to question so many things about this. Why is she still alleged? Why did he not admit he thought it was fake until pressured with undeniable evidence from his own mouth? These are not the actions of an unbiased source, a believable source.
People overwhelmingly supporting him because they're just taking his side. They're not looking at the evidence. They don't care about the victims. I never posted anything publicly about this. This is all coming from him. Nothing happened between me and this person, but Voyboy offers to go public. That's a lie.
So Voyboy calls me a liar for saying that he was going to go public with this blackmailing fake accusation, but unfortunately for him, I have some screenshots where they said repeatedly that they would go live, Voyboy would go public, except they wouldn't let him. And the reason they didn't want to is they wanted me to give them money. So they basically said, he won't go public without my permission. And they never gave him permission because they were still trying to get money from me.
Do the right thing here and stop feeding into these lies.
Okay, so the second reason for making this video is there was a woman who went to Voyboy. She was angry at me. I had been rude to her in the past. She saw the screenshot at me. She went to him and basically said, look, I'll be a character witness against him. I can't believe he's done these terrible things. Well, a few things happened. So one, he couldn't actually seemingly, she kept asking people for proof of these terrible things and they seemed to never keep showing up. And the second thing that happened was, okay, and this is true. Now, for those of you who still support Voyboy and are still thinking, Hashinshin, why are you making this terrible video? He's just trying to do the right thing. He is a boy and he is terrible at this and he is causing damage. What he did, despite the fact that they were supposed to be totally confidential, he leaked her story and her Twitter handle to a reporter who messaged her. She felt sketchy about the entire situation, especially due to a couple factors, but basically it seemed that they just wanted to farm for screenshots without any corroboration or evidence or anything like that, right? They just wanted to farm screenshots, and she stopped messaging them. And they continued to message her, a person who she had not given her name to, nor had given her consent to give her name to. I do have some proof that she did talk to them, but she wants to remain totally 100% confidential, okay? Voyboy does have a history of attacking people who disagree with him. He has a tendency to go, you're either with me or you're an enabler, which, wow. Why did you message me after talking to Voyboy? I'd spoken to you before and was a little weirded out by an SS I saw in the replies to someone's tweet. I don't recall whose, but it was making you seem to be in a way I didn't really think you were. I spoke to Voyboy really briefly and kind of felt uncomfortable with the direction of his conversation and decided to message you, since you were the one that the whole screenshot was about, I guess. You replied to me fairly, though, with everything I said, even if I came at you a little rude or weird. She did, even when you had no obligation to, being honest. I wanted to let you know of something sort of shady he was doing, or at least someone he was associating with was doing for him. As for the reporter being sketchy, the girl I was talking to looked into it, and he was in some drama where he was calling someone out for using the F word and saying it was indefensible. The person who used it had not even said it, while the reporter had said it, making him a giant hypocrite. Why do you think what Voyboy is doing is shady, or to use what you said earlier, immoral? She says, okay, well, I don't agree with him dragging me into things I didn't agree to, and that kind of started to make me feel uncomfortable. So, like, I think what he's doing is wrong, because he's not properly vetting people who are doing things on his behalf. Those people are making the victim not feel comfortable at all. It seemed like all of this was based around screenshots without making sure they're actually real, and the person who contacted me didn't ask for permission for like anything. Made me feel so uncomfortable to the point where I ended it and started to feel like this was all really shady on someone's behalf. I didn't feel comfortable at all, and that kind of questioning can make a victim, if there is one, feel even more invalidated and perhaps relive their experiences in a way that could trigger some unwanted thoughts or feelings. It was not professional at all, which should be the first thing you maintain as a public figure or someone representing someone else. Felt the atmosphere of the tone was kind of pedantic too, to be honest. They have put out these videos, they get people to message them, and they tell these people, they go, Hashinshin is terrible, he's the worst person ever, he's awful, he's awful. If you ask for proof, they go, the proof is all there, just tell us what terrible things he's done. Now, I don't think even Voyboy realizes what he's doing. If you're a very large public figure, and people are going to you, and you're telling them, Hashinshin is the worst, now tell us what he's done to you, they're going to misremember things. Think about how many of these people have no screenshots, no proof, on Voyboy's behalf, are suddenly being anonymously remembering how terrible and awful I was. And I'm kind of glad this person talked to me, because this is pretty much the first-hand experience of that. I say, okay, do you believe he is properly vetting the information he's receiving, or do you think he's interested in just anything at all? She says, I think anything. I wasn't questioned at all about how I felt, about context of messages, nothing. It was basically a gimme all you got situation, and I felt way uncomfortable with that. So they're not vetting this information. Anyone who looks at his videos and say, but he's proven this, he's vetted it, he isn't. He's not. I, from the start, wanted to only speak with the person I DM'd and not dragged into anything else. And once again, he's violating confidentiality of people going to him by pushing a reporter on them who's trying to shake them down for pictures. Lastly, I asked her, and lastly, having talked to him, you would say that he doesn't actually have what he keeps claiming to have, and is instead trying to get anything on me to win an argument rather than anything more serious. And as a little addition, do you think he's potentially exaggerating stories and isn't accurately representing things? She says, he couldn't show me anything I was asking for, and deleting things seems like, I don't know, this isn't going how he expected. If there was evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt, then wouldn't you be in court? That's how I see it. If he was really serious, I would be seeing follow-up, hearing more each day, and he would be pursuing things more and more. I think he isn't accurately representing things if they're coming out like, well, she was, but. If you say but after everything, it kind of seems like it's not true or you don't mean it. Okay, so the takeaway from this is Voyboy is acting entirely unprofessionally. He's doing damage to people who are coming to him, and he needs to stop. He really, really needs to stop. So that's the takeaway from that. Now, the third part here is going to be, I'm going to call this some random legal shenanigans. So first up, we have him saying, Twitch verified I was banned for Twitch for whatever they say. They never did.
Because Twitch verified that he was using the platform to prey on underage girls. So that is settled. There's no debate about that.
Find me an article, find Twitch saying anything at all. No, it's not there. Okay, so the second thing is people are saying, now look, when I said to Voyboy, this was 6 months ago, it was a bad take. I'd been up all night with this Felipe thing, and it wasn't about the age of consent on Maya or anything like that, okay? What I was trying to say, if you saw the full context, which he didn't show, but if you saw the full context, you would know I was trying to tell him that constantly one-upping everything and making everything seem like the worst of the worst and using bad legal terms and constantly exaggerating everything I do, that's what I wanted him to stop. And I did use more examples than just that one, and I agree, that was a bad take, and I apologize for that bad take.
If you're a US citizen, especially who Hashinshin is, you should not be having sexual conversations, trading pictures with a girl that is 15 years old. That's just a matter of fact.
Some people believe that there's actually some legality to this. There's not. There's nothing. There's no legality whatsoever to this. As a U.S. citizen, I am bound to U.S. laws. There's nothing you can do or say to get around that. That's just illegal. That's how it works, guys. So you can't wordplay out of this argument. If the FBI truly did believe I had groomed someone, even in Sweden, I would be in jail. Okay, so if you guys want me to apologize about this, I've apologized 900 times. So look, you can go look at my other apology videos. At a certain point, I can't keep apologizing for this forever. Look, at the end of the day, I grew up on the internet. I spent a lot of time around older men when I was younger and what that entails. And I just got used to, you know, sexual edgelord type humor, cringe jokes, stuff like that. Look, if you see the full context and if you see the full everything with the culty thing, you would know it wasn't grooming. Nothing came of it. Nothing ended on it, okay? The FBI agrees it wasn't grooming. It was bad. It was poor taste. And I've apologized for it for a year now, okay? But it was 3 to 4 years ago. It's been a year. At what point can we stop Voyboy from telling everyone it was grooming? It was not. Exaggerating this to try to attack me and make yourself look good isn't okay.
If you look through the comments, like if you just look through the comments of his videos, this video is really widely received, 4,000 comments supporting him, people overwhelmingly supporting him because they're just taking his side. They're not looking at the evidence. They don't care about the victims. She's 15 years old. Okay, so.
Okay, let's talk about Sarah. I want to be clear. I debunked this dive video a year ago, okay? Now, you can see my video on it, and Voyboy hasn't looked at it at all. Now, let me talk about Sarah. Sarah lied about being 18. She left that screenshot out, deleted the message, but later on she felt bad enough that she sent me her bio history. Now, for those of you, I can't reach her bio history on my own. I would have to ask her for it and she would have to give it to me. The fact that she gave me her bio history to prove that her bio didn't say 15 should be proof enough that maybe she kind of felt bad about doing this. And maybe Voyboy is being a real human piece of shit by continuing to keep this going. Now, I want to talk about this next thing.
Obviously, he was talking about dating her.
Does Voyboy know what dating is? Is he fucking retarded? What the fuck? Yeah.
So this is Vicky tweeted July 17, 2020.
In the continuing saga of Voyboy's fucking stupid as shit, a lying son of a bitch bastard, which I will back up, by the way. He is such a lying, dumb piece of shit. Okay, now let me be clear about this one. He looked at Dai's video, which I have debunked, and he looked at Vicky with a Y, okay? And what he did, for some reason, can't tell the difference between a Y and an I. You see, he posted Vicky with an I, who has already apologized to me. I'll show that, but she has already apologized and said, you know, this wasn't really what I thought it was, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but Vicky with a Y, who is actually what he is talking about. Now, I've also disproven that. Now, me and her have agreed we're not going to talk about this anymore. If you want to see me debunk it, go to my video, but I'm not going to talk about this now out of respect for our agreement, okay? Now, this is how I know Voyboy is so stupid. This goes into the unreliability, which I'm going to keep bringing up. Vicky says 17. Now, in her post, she does say 17, but then in Voyboy's spreadsheet, he says 16. Why does he say 16? Because Vicky with a Y, that is what her age was originally purported. That was originally what her age was supposed to be. Now, the problem was she doesn't speak English very well, and she couldn't really communicate things, and there was a huge misunderstanding, and we're not talking about it anymore, okay? But what do you see how deceptive and stupid this is? This is insane. So he's taking a girl, taking the wrong girl, forgetting that she's already apologized for this, getting the age wrong on her own post. So are you talking about Vicky or the other Vicky? I don't understand, right? Like I don't understand. How stupid are you, Voyboy? This is a criminal accusation and you can't do basic investigation, my dude. Okay. So the key thing is complicated. Now, I want everyone to understand, this is very important, okay? The FBI investigation came out after Dai's video, months after, okay? This isn't something that they didn't see. Now, let me explain. Key is a video editor and an extremely shitty person. I didn't believe they were 15. In fact, almost all this shit is just fake. It's almost all fake. The DMs are fake, the videos are fake, they splice fake shit in. It's almost entirely fake. He's a video editor. He has been credited on way early Tarzan videos, so we know he does this stuff. In addition, he's just a very shitty person, and he harasses me nonstop, and he uses people like Voyboy to become more popular, to get a platform. Now, this is a very terrible person, extremely transphobic, that Voyboy is now giving a platform to. So, good job, buddy, you did it. So far, the whole thing, it's just fake. Like, I can go into it, and I've gone into it in some of my videos, but at the end of the day, it's just fake. If you believe that this stuff is true, if you believe all of this is true, and at the same time, I'm not in jail, and I have been investigated, then there has to be something missing, right? Like, but there, that's it. Like, it just has to be fake. Like, by process of goddamn elimination, it has to be fake. It has to be what I'm saying. A shitty person who stalks me makes fake videos. That's it. That's really what this came down to. And shitty Voyboy giving him a platform. Way to go, dude. Okay, so for this Rena girl, he retweets a random person who said she was 15.
She tweeted this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember my age when I had contact with him. I think I was 15 or younger.
Now, this goes in his unreliability. She later clarified, well, at least to Voyboy, I'm not, I wasn't 15, I was 16, maybe I was 17. But he's already retweeted 15, so he's already put that information out in the world.
She did provide proof that she had him added on Skype and that they had talked before. She says she was 16 or 17. This is from her. That is verified.
Just so we're clear, this is what is verifying an underage victim. A girl who can't remember her age, who has no DMs to share, who talked to me, I guess, in her words, she did. I guess I'll believe she might have messaged me, and this is an underage victim now. Now, just to be clear, there's something super sketchy going on here. If you had Skype messages, you could check the date of those messages, compare that to your birthday, and figure out how old you are. Now, the fact she's gone from 15 to 16 to 17, and now he's saying that, oh, well, they messaged, but I can't show it. And what is this? How is this verified? Okay, now I want, because this is so frustrating to me, this is the proof video. okay? This is the video where you put your proof. You are coming with criminal accusations, Voyboy, and you have not put any proof. But you say it's proven. It's verified.
And I'm gonna show every single one of them. Victoria, I actually do not have her post or coming out of them, and I'm gonna show every single one of them about it. I'm not sure if it was deleted, but she was a girl from Spain that spoke about this last year. She was she sent, you know, sexual pictures to Hashinshin, and they had this kind of, you know, relationship for a little bit. So that was also verified, even though I do not have a picture of it right here. And I'm gonna show every single one of them.
Okay, once again, this is a criminal accusation video, and I'm just, I fucking, what a fucking lying piece of shit. I mean, is there any other way to call this? What the fuck is this? Oh, I don't have her post. I don't know who she is. I don't have her Twitter. I literally know nothing about her. I don't think she even exists. But look, she was 15 and she had a sexual relationship with Hashinshin. Oh my god! What?
And this is the girl that asked to remain anonymous. She was 17 at the time.
So this one, I don't really know how to respond to it. Before anyone gets over here and says I'm trying to weasel my way out of it, I have a question. How would you defend yourself against this one? How would you go about that? So I have somebody who has a sketchy story with no screenshots, with nothing. Okay, they have no proof, nothing. They say everything was gone, deleted, but they know it happened. Their own story is a bit sketchy. They say, oh, I knew their age, but I never asked it. And here's a bit that I find amazing. I never faced one repercussion. Do they understand that I'm permanently banned on Twitch? Do they understand that I attempted suicide? I do believe losing my primary income as well as trying to take my own life might have been repercussions, but I don't. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that one? So I honestly, like, I'm kind of at a loss here on how to defend myself, because this is blatantly a he said she said story, and this isn't showing anything, Voyboy. This is a, once again, criminal accusation. You're levying a criminal accusation against me, and you keep coming up short on actually showing anything. That's the problem. You keep coming up short. You exaggerate what we've seen. You lie about what we haven't seen. You post fake evidence when that's not good enough. I'm hoping, once we're starting to get into the end here, I'm hoping people are starting to realize that this stuff is starting to be really goddamn sketchy, right?
She asked to stay anonymous. She said, I'm going to show every single one of them. She said, I'm so sorry for what you've experienced. I can't imagine, but thank you for sharing. And hopefully the crew doesn't go after anyone else. I already know he has, but he keeps under wraps now, so he's really careful.
All right, just so we're aware, this is more total speculation that he is stating as fact.
He literally blamed a gas leak for DM underage girls, which...
Okay, just to disprove and say how more bullshit Voyboy is doing, absolutely lying, being a son of a bitch, let me actually read you where exactly this gas leak story comes from. And it comes from an article. I posted a Google document, and I will read you the entire thing with the gas leak. Okay? It includes some non-gas leak information, but let's read it all, and you tell me if Voyboy is correct, and I used this to excuse underage girl DMing, or whatever the fuck this dumbass says. I want to slide this little bit of information here. I have very little memory of the 2010 to 2018 period. I dropped out of college. Yes, I am a stereotype, sorry, and came home depressed because I felt like I had no future anymore. I felt like a failure, and I don't know what or where my life was heading at that point. As it turns out, there was a serious carbon monoxide leak from my furnace. I didn't know at the time, but I'd been getting literally poisoned for years and had absolutely no idea. This didn't help my depression, and I'm still afraid I might have some mental damage from it. I'm lucky that I survived it. I tweeted about this a while ago. You can read here. Now, from this excerpt, do you believe at any point I used this as anything other than, hey, I think my memory is damaged because I was living with a broken furnace that was leaking carbon monoxide and poisoning my brain for nearly a decade? What do you think? Just give me your opinion on this one. Okay, look, this has taken me 20 hours to make, and I think I gotta finally be done with it. All right. There's a lot of editing that's gone on to this thing. So I hope now, okay, the most important takeaway here is the dude has put out an hour-long accusation video on me, okay? How many second chances do these people get to try to prove their point? If you come at me in the public sphere with criminal accusations and you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it, how long can this go on? Serious question. How long can this go on? So I hope this took forever to make, okay? And I put all the information I could get into it. I put everything I could. I tried to say absolutely nothing without having proper verification on it. Everything I say here should be verified. This should not be a Voyboy video where I just say, well, I might not have any proof, but the victims, okay? So thank you for watching. Make sure you can send this to anyone you want. You want to prove anything to anyone, go for it, okay? Now, that's pretty much going to be it. For those of you who want to watch me stream, I might take a few more days off. This is taking me 2 days, again, 20 hours. For those of you saying, oh, well, you're diving back into drama, there were a few things to make this video on, and I wanted to leave this drama behind with a good video that went into as many different things as I could, okay? So thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. Share this to anyone you want. Post it anywhere. I'm 100% at this point. In fact, I'm 99.9% confident in this. I don't think I made any mistakes in it. I think this is all very good, very backed up. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being fans. I appreciate all of you. We'll be back with some more fun later. Hopefully now the drama, well, I know it won't die down, but well, whatever. What are you gonna do? Thank you, everybody.